back, everybody. We're out here at the sawmill today. I've wrapped up the break-in period on my own, off camera, so I think we're going to walk you through kind of a high-level first impressions on steroids. I want to get to really milling some lumber. We got some beautiful wood up there that I think is going to turn into something special, so I'll walk you through that. But for right now, let's pop the cover off. Part of the break-in period was to run this thing for half an hour without any lubricant in the tank. That was to help break in the belts and get everything firmed up nice. But now that we're at that point, we can add some lubricant to the tank. I'm going with windshield washer fluid because it's cold. Phew! So I'm not a tall man by any means, but even so, this mill track is only 6 inches off the ground or so, and I still needed to stand up on that bunk to fill this bad boy. So just something to keep in mind when you set up yours. The fuel tank's a little lower, so that's a little easier, but that's pretty high up in the air there. All right, so my first impressions are that this thing is built incredibly stout. Obviously these first cuts were with a very brand new blade, but this is pretty nice for rough sawn lumber. It'll get rougher the duller your blade gets, and depending on what you're cutting. This is just some white pine. Still working on low stake stuff. This is going to be some cribbing and some stickers so we can start stacking and drying some more valuable lumber. But that's what we're doing today. I'm going to make six cribs, 7 or 8 feet long, whatever this is, and then a bunch of stickers. So the nice thing about these bunks being nice and level, that's why we spent so much time getting them perfectly level, is that there's a number of ways to do this now. I know that this is 11 inches tall, and I want to cut it into threes, so about 3 5/8 will get me 6 equal pieces. So I could run over the bunk here and set the blade at 3 5/8. I do it here because I can't get the saw head here because these are clamped down already. Or you can do a more primitive method and mark 3 5/8. And then 3 5/8, and these don't need to be precise, so that's going to get us pretty much what we need to get. In my little bit of experimenting, I've found that this blade tension isn't an exact science. As you can probably see, it says 2.5 to 3 turns from snug. I have torque wrenches, but I'm not going to go break them out. I'm going to get this snug, which is, we'll get the hang of it, and then 2.5 full turns. 1, 2, that's 2.5, and that's pretty darn tight. But now we open the thing and check everything. Spins, and I didn't feel any lumps or bumps, so I think we're ready to start her up. Sawmill head works like a sail basically when it's this windy out. Since this track is so level, it'll just go sliding back and forth and destroy itself. Probably flip over if you don't do anything about it, but I slide my square in there, and that's wedged in there, and that'll keep it from gaining too much speed anyways. If you have a better idea, or if there is an actual, I didn't see anything in the manual about it, but how are you supposed to stop it? Yeah, this is our byproduct. We'll eventually stack, and well, this stickers is for stacking, but right now we'll get to the good part. I think we got a big pile of wood over there that we're going to try to take, get at least one beautiful piece of lumber out before this video is over, so stay tuned to that. But I'll bring my tape measure over there, and our limitations are this can cut a 30-inch round log, and it needs to be able to fit on at least 2 of these bunks until I build something in the middle there. But so it needs to be about 40 inches long at least, so I can clamp it down and get a nice secure cut. Can't be shorter than 40 inches, and it can't be more than 30 inches in diameter. Let's go see what we can find. Alright, so this doesn't look like much, and maybe it really isn't much, but this was all dumped here for free by a tree service. The pile's bigger than it looks, so you need to really get in there to get the scale of it. But this piece of wood has caught my eye as I've walked by a few times. Like I said, it doesn't look like much at all right now. I believe it's a big chunk of maple that meets our criteria. It looks like where a crotch of a tree, a big crotch, fell off, and there should be some beautiful stuff in there. But it could also be just all rotted. But I believe this is going to be, it's got coated with spalting already, so I don't know if they found it on the ground or if it's just dying for a while. But this, I think we're going to go grab the grapple and put it on the mill and see if there's anything beautiful hiding inside. Well, I think you'll notice that after this point in the video, things get pretty darn quiet. One thing led to another. My videographer didn't have much training at all, and the mic got unplugged. So the rest of the clips didn't have sound. First time it's happened to me in, 9 months making YouTube videos, but we'll still round this one out with a voiceover. I want to get this footage to you all. Here, you can't hear my excitement in real time, but I was pretty darn excited about how some of this spalting looks and the overall quality and togetherness of this board. We looked over it quite a bit, and there is one soft spot, a real small soft spot that I don't think is recoverable, but so any woodworker or ourselves will need to fill that in with epoxy or something else. But it doesn't show up on all the boards, and yeah, we're going to start drying these and see how things go. You see my family's out here cheering me on. The sawmill really is a family affair. We're making great memories with the family and the boys specifically. I think I mentioned here that that 14 horse Kohler engine really isn't very loud. They're not wearing ear protection, and even though they should be, and they're comfortable being that close. Yeah, it just seems, it's brand new, but it seems quite a bit quieter than the same engine that we have on our log splitter. So that's something to mention. But overall, yeah, you see my 8-month-old daughter. She's happy to be there. It's pretty darn cold and windy today, but she was still happy to get out there. So I ended up just cutting this log down. We made 6 slabs. They're all at 2 inches. Some of them are obviously undersized, but yeah. You see, I had my son run up to the barn and grab a pail of water. Yeah, it turned out beautiful. I think this is really happy with it. Got some big slabs, little slabs, but Sawmill did great. No complaints. We're still on our first blade. This is really only our second or third undersized log we've cut with it, but no chatter, no vibrations. Yeah, we're going to let this stuff dry out, and see how usable it is, but I think this is some pretty high value stuff. So thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it. Sorry about the audio thing. I won't let it happen again, and we'll see you at the next one. Take care.